Oh, we were supposed to do a Christmas album, remember?
We were. I know.
Hello.
Jingle bells.
Hello.
It's Christmassy.
It is almost Christmas.
It is, well, I mean, who knows by the time I post this.
That's
it
true.
might be,
It could be New Year's by the time this gets posted.
Happy Earth Day, everyone.
welcome to the, I'm sorry. Jingle bells. Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast. We are live on location in Katie's apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
With the biggest tree ever.
It's only 7.5 feet tall.
It's really, that tree is very wide. It's got some girth.
I don't know.
Aren't
Aren't trees supposed to be wide?
Woo, wow. It's
They are.
producer Johna.
Hey, people. Katie's tree is very fat.
And Katie.
I don't think the tree is very fat.
It's got
The
a
tree is
big
fat.
bottom. That's all it is.
It's
Fat Bottom
normal.
Trees. That's a song
It's
by Queen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fat bottom trees make the rock and world go round. What do you mean?
Make the rocking around the Christmas tree.
That is a very. I don't care about the 7.5 feet. That's I don't. Height
I don't
does
think
not
she's
matter.
understanding
It's-
that we're saying that it's wide and not tall.
See, I don't understand how it can be wide when that's what
fluffy.
came out of the box.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, but your tree.
I don't know what to tell you either.
What
Because
are you
from
feeding your
every
tree?
angle you look at it, it's still a triangle.
What are you? What are you feeding your tree?
Nothing. It's plastic.
What are you feeding your tree?
It's plastic. It doesn't get to eat.
Did you see it in the store before you bought it? You were
Yeah,
like,
it said Christmas tree.
fat bottom Christmas tree.
No, it said Christmas tree.
Get a fat discount.
7.5 feet.
This podcast
With
brought to you
base.
by a fat bottom Christmas tree.
I don't get it.
We have a lot to talk about, but you should know that Dirty Dancing is on our mind because for some reason, so we decided to podcast at Katie's house. I'll let you know, Katie, that it's never happening again because Patch has had lots of road rage on the way over here.
Did you really?
Yes, he did. He actually at one point said, "We're never doing this again."
I did not say
I-
that. That was a
why would-
that was a dramatization.
And he
of,
said, "How does Katie do this every day?" It's
I did say
ridiculous."
that. I did say that.
I can't tell you how I get away with it on the podcast. But the reason we're here is because I invited you to come meet my dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've wanted to meet
Yes.
Murphy for a long time.
Yes. So instead of cats possibly making noise in the background, we have Murphy, who
He rarely barks, but he's
He's
been
just
more
chilling.
vocal lately.
you're so cute.
Isn't he?
He's
Yeah.
precious. He has a runny nose right
He's
now.
precious. Aww.
He's got the
Little baby.
So every once in a while, you'll hear him go because he's got the sniffles.
Aw, little baby.
He's fine.
So we didn't watch Dirty Dancing, but we watched what's the series called? The
It's
movies
the
that
movies
made us.
that made us. It's on Netflix, and they started originally with the toys that made us. So it's a
Okay.
series where each episode is about toys from your childhood. So like they have one where it's all about the Star Wars toys. You know, the little like 3-inch tall figures.
Oh,
They have one
yeah,
where it's
I
about
know those.
Lego. They have one about Ninja Turtles. You know, kind of how each of them were defining to that generation of kids.
Okay.
So this is an alternate version of the series called The Movies That Made Us, and the first episode is about Dirty Dancing.
Which is a great movie.
I got more out of listening to Johna's fun facts than the actual series because Johna, she's the person who watches the movie to get all the IMDb facts.
You know, almost
you know-
a year ago to date, you made fun of me for that.
Really? How do you
yeah,
know?
Okay.
Wait,
well,
how do you know that there's an anniversary of making fun of you?
I remember when people make fun of me, okay?
Okay. I'm not like Katie because Katie will ruin movies for herself on the IMDb
Yeah, I'm
page.
like, let's read the
I
synopsis.
went on the IMDb page after the 20th time I watched this movie.
Okay,
So, like-
I've done that where it's like I
Yeah.
love a movie so much and I want to watch it again. So I'm like, you know what? This time I'll watch it with the director.
Yep,
behind
exactly.
the scenes,
See?
telling me things that
Yep.
happened that I
I
didn't
did
the
know.
the same
director's
thing with-
always like, this whole movie was terrible.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they paid me for this.
See, I've seen the movie Liar Liar like 1,000 times, and I just read the IMDb page on that the other day.
I don't
So I
think
was
I've
watching
ever
it.
read an IMDb page on
I
any
read
movie.
it
Oh, I do.
hard. It was very, very riveting.
I am a little upset that Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey hated each other.
Yeah.
that's
I
that.
can't believe you didn't know that.
No, I
That's
don't.
like
I don't do these fact things like
That's like
you
a
did.
fact that they've
She just
said
enjoys movies.
before, though. They've said that before.
But Who said that where I would
Like
have seen it?
interviews and stuff like that.
I have never
They
watched
hated-
any interviews
Okay,
with
well-
Patrick Swayze or Jennifer Grant.
Did they
Okay,
even
I guess I
have
watch more
interviews in
TV.
the 80s?
Listen, in the 80s, I was living on a farm. We had 3 channels.
Yikes.
And we had to like move. Oh my gosh, this is like a flashback
You had
to
to
my
move
life.
the dial on the side of the TV.
There
you
was
have
the
an antenna?
big.
And
We
the
had.
antenna.
I would love to answer all of these questions if you would let me speak.
And you had to climb uphill both ways in the snow to get to school. Okay, yep. Go on.
We did. We had the big antenna that was like outside our house, like big pole antenna, and there was this dial that you turned, and it turned the antenna on your roof so that you
Wow.
could get the 3 channels
Man,
that would come. It was crazy.
that is
Yes.
some cutting edge
You
technology
stayed
there.
primarily on one channel.
You did, because it was a lot of work to switch it. Because it wasn't just like, hitting a button, you turn the channel. Like, you had to get up, to turn the knob.
That's pretty much the noise it makes, too.
It is. That was the noise. And it went.
Sounds like you're joking.
And then
Do
you
you
would.
remember the rabbit ears, Johna?
Yes.
On top of the TV?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mom bought rabbit ears when whatever channel it was like decided it wasn't gonna be on like AT&T Uverse anymore. So my mom went and bought rabbit ears so she could watch the Colts games.
I
Yeah,
remember
nah.
the big old TV. You know, the kind where when you turned it off, it was still warm and crackly.
I used to have one of those.
You know? And you always got busted for staying up late watching TV.
Yep.
Because you like scramble to turn it off as you heard someone coming and it's still going.
Oh, it's like that. It's like that John Mulaney sketch where he's like, "I got caught." He was like
The
reading
TV's still warm.
the TV's
Mom.
still
I
warm.
couldn't have killed Princess Diana. And I'm also 12.
He's like, "I'm reading the phone book and the TV's still warm." Of course, I was watching the television.
No.
So that is that you said this is the first episode of this series,
Yes.
so it's brand
So
new
it
to
looks
Netflix.
Like it has a couple of other random episodes of things.
I think the
Okay.
next
I think
one
I've never
was Home
seen
Alone.
most of those movies.
No, we're okay. We are like 45 minutes into this hour-long documentary, which we were not planning on watching.
That's true.
We should be done with our podcast at this point. Instead, we're just starting it because we got suckered into the show. But we're 45
good.
minutes in, and Katie goes, "Was this a good movie? I've never seen it." I'm like, "You've been watching a documentary about a movie?"
I was enjoying the documentary.
The entire
listen,
time.
Katie
I can
loves
enjoy
documentaries.
documentaries about things I wasn't at, okay?
Katie loves documentaries.
You think I was here for World War II? No. But I can still enjoy the documentaries.
You enjoy the
I don't think
documentaries?
anybody enjoyed World War II,
Okay,
to be fair.
that's what I'm like. Okay, what are you gonna do this
But I
Friday night?
wasn't
I'm gonna
here for
have a
that.
great time watching World War II documentaries.
But I wasn't here for
Woo!
that, right?
She loves she always recommends mean documentaries. I'm like, I'm not gonna
And
watch
she
that.
never
But
watches them.
yeah,
Mean-
but she never
mean
she never watches
documentaries?
anything I recommend
recommend them
either.
to
So
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And Home Alone, Ghostbusters, and Die Hard.
Oh, guys, speaking of Ghostbusters, the trailer came out
I
for.
did not watch the trailer.
Why?
Because I've never actually seen the first Ghostbusters movie.
And y'all judged me.
Well,
Y'all judge
Johna also
me.
isn't sitting here watching a documentary on the Ghostbusters
could
movie
be.
she hasn't seen.
We could be.
Yes.
I've seen like bits and pieces of it. I haven't seen the whole thing.
I don't think that you're going to need to have seen the original. I think there will be some stuff that has, brings up some nostalgia and feelings for people who have. But they're resetting it, and it's got the kid from Stranger Things,
Which kid?
There's a lot of kids.
Finn.
Wolfhard.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's like,
Is that how you say his last name?
Yep.
I never say it.
I don't
It's
know.
like
I haven't
Finn.
met him.
and Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
I did remember
if
seeing
Paul
that Paul
Rudd's
Rudd
in
was
it,
in
I
it.
mean, it could be its own standalone. I mean,
Yes.
he does a fantastic job.
So
He's my fave.
I think that I would be interested to know, just like watching the trailer, if you would be interested in seeing it, not seeing the other one. Did you see the one with the ladies?
I did not see that one.
You didn't see
It
that?
didn't
I
look
did.
like it didn't look like it would be very good.
Everybody didn't like it. I enjoyed it.
I'm not like a huge fan of like remakes.
I watched it and I was like, you know what? I like this. And I moved on with my life like
We
an
did
adult.
too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like on its own, it was great. I thought.
just a
I mean, like
movie
great.
about
I mean,
hunting
it was fun to watch. At
Yeah.
least I should say.
Yeah, I didn't sit there and compare it to the other one because I just
don't think
watched
you
it as
can.
I didn't remember the first one. It had been so many years since I'd seen it. I was like, I remember like parts of it and whatever, but
but Johna, Chris Hemsworth plays the airhead receptionist.
Yeah.
I know.
He's the ditzy blonde.
It is so
know.
wonderful.
I would get a movie of just that.
I just want there to be. They're always remaking movies. I'm like, can someone please have an original movie idea?
But what do you
please?
care if you didn't see the original? What do you care if you're seeing the remake? You don't know what they're
Because
remaking.
the previews for the remake didn't even look good. I mean, yeah,
I
Chris
agree.
Hemsworth is hot and stuff, but
I
I'm
think
not gonna
this
go and
was the
see.
year of
I'm not gonna
remakes.
go see a 2-hour movie to see like 15 minutes of him. That's not.
He was like 20.
Wow, 20 minutes of Chris
Yeah.
Hemsworth as opposed to.
He was involved, okay?
It's actually more time than what he got in the Avengers movies.
Yeah,
so.
right. Like, you remember
Yeah.
the first Avengers where he just rolls up and is like, my brother's being an a-hole. Sorry, guys. I'll just take him back now. See ya.
He's adopted.
He's not even my real brother.
Well, plan on it because it's going to be one of our kind of nerdy night out
Okay.
movies
Can I
for
confess
2020.
something?
Yeah,
Oh
Okay.
yes,
And this is going to delve into a conversation, I'm sure.
confession time.
Yeah.
I
we
love
hope
it.
so because it's weird when you say stuff and then it just gets awkwardly silent.
Well, it could be both awkward and not awkward. I remember the first time I watched the first Ghostbusters, like the original one, and I had such a crush on Dan Aykroyd. And I'm not sure why. I was like 10, and I was like, yeah.
No offense, Dan Aykroyd, if you're listening. We laughed probably harder than we should have at that. But that is an interesting
Yeah.
crush.
That's an interesting crush.
And every time I know, and that's why I wanted to like bring this up to like hopefully vet out some other weird ones that weren't mine.
Oh, you were hoping that we would talk about
Yes.
weird crushes.
I'm hoping
that
you're
we've
like, oh, do I have any weird ones, or are all my crushes legitimate?
I'm trying to think. I don't. No,
Dan Aykroyd is mine.
I have
I think-
a weird crush on Jim Carrey. I'm not gonna lie.
do you?
I do. I love me some Jim Carrey. Like
Really?
oh yeah, 100%.
Well, I can't sympathize because let's say I did have a relationship with Jim Carrey. I would be like, it's like dating the Grinch 24/7. And I couldn't.
I would love that.
Oh, I have one for you. I had this is going to make you feel better, I think. There was a brief time where I crushed a bit on Tony Blair,
Who is Tony Blair?
the former Prime Minister of Great Britain.
What?
What?
I don't think I've ever crushed on a prime minister.
Wait, let me look up this person
Yeah,
so I can
No.
see what we're looking at.
Yeah, she and I confronted her about this, right?
confronted her
So and I'm like, Tony, so random, right?
I'm like, I don't know. He just seems like he wants to like really make a difference in the world, and he's got that great accent.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's like, I really like his big brains. That was her response.
He's
I
got,
mean,
He's got
big
a
brains
big
are
brain.
sexy.
I did not say I really like his big brains. I've
looks
never
like a
said
movie
that.
villain.
And the
I
accent.
know. Okay, you asked us to confess weird crushes that we had.
I know.
Oh man.
It was really brief, and it was at a time where the world was very vulnerable, and I felt like
And
every
he was
time he
there for
talked,
us.
he was like
was there.
comforting us, and I was like, I kind of have a crush on Tony Blair.
Oh my gosh. I don't
think it's fair for you to just look at pictures though. You have to hear him like really. It was his emotion. It was his deep desire. I don't even know what his politics were or what he stood for.
What if he was like an awful person?
I don't know.
All right, Churchill, he was not. However, he did actually give good speeches. I'll give him credit.
That's
Yes.
okay.
So there you go.
I also had a crush on Steve Martin from the Pink Panther.
I love Steve Martin.
Just specifically from the
Specifically the Pink Panther
Okay.
because of that scene where he's trying to learn the phrase, may I have a hamburger? And he just keeps messing it up.
That is my favorite scene.
Yeah. And it makes me laugh so hard. I almost cry every single time I watch that scene.
My nephew.
That
Well,
and
and-
like he's driving around in the teeny tiny little car.
When my nephew they watched that movie, he would come over. He would like, Auntie, he like, I want a hamburger.
I don't know why, but that movie, it's like gut busting laughter.
That
and
movie,
I can't control
the
myself.
movie is very funny.
So, and the upside is he hasn't aged a day in the past 50 years.
He's
he
been
looks
silver for
exactly the
50
same.
years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
With that mustache
I
and
do
the
love
hat,
it.
Oh, yeah.
the teeny tiny car. I just can't handle myself.
I do love me some Steve Martin. I can understand that.
While we're on the subject of people that you love,
Yes.
Michael B. Jordan, Johna,
Yes. The love of my life.
Yes.
Next to Chris Evans.
We
The other love of my life.
Oh, wait,
Second
we're going to
love of
talk
mine.
about that too. We've
Yes.
got a lot to cover with Johna in particular.
Yes,
Katie, do you
I've
have
been
it?
doing a lot.
You need to work on some interesting things to add to
working
the
on trivia.
to
You
the
need to start
episode.
doing
Thank
stuff.
you. All right. Yes. Thank you. Trivia. Partyplayindy.com. Thank you. So, but Michael B. Jordan.
Oh,
We
here
have
go.
an interesting, you know what? Because you like to research on IMDb. Matthew Sosi, he's a movie critic here in Indianapolis. I've known him for a long time. He's a wonderful guy. He suggested after seeing my post about you, and I can't watch Michael B. Jordan die again.
I believe that was you.
And by the way, your John impression
I
is
sound-
always so spot on. I love
sounded
it.
just like Johna.
Just like me.
I mean, like, I was almost like,
Nobody
wait,
can watch Fantastic Four again.
I can never watch Fantastic Four again.
I didn't even see that Fantastic Four.
Good.
No, don't.
Don't watch any of the Fantastic Four
I
movies.
like the ones with Chris Evans.
Yeah, they're all terrible.
they're all bad, but like.
Oh,
you
I
know,
saw
they're-
a really bad, weird movie with Chris Evans
Hang
in it,
on.
like 2 weeks ago.
Hang
roll
on
back
just a
to
second.
this.
We'll
Yes.
get back to that because
Got
we
it.
have some Chris Evans discussion.
Always.
But Matthew suggested that you go through IMDb and do his cinematic mortality count.
You know, I saw that.
So
Yeah.
that's apparently a thing where you like.
I
you
mean,
get back-
obviously,
yeah, that you go and you figure out the cinematic mortality count.
a lot. It's a lot.
And
Who's
well,
the guy who dies in every movie?
Michael B. Jordan.
No, the other one.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Nuh-uh.
He dies in a lot of movies.
A lot, but not all. Sean Bean,
I don't know.
maybe?
Oh, yeah. From Game of Thrones, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean Bean.
And everything else that he died in.
Yeah, Patriot Games, Game of Thrones.
He's
yeah.
dead in everything.
Yeah, everything, yeah.
But spoiler alert,
Oh.
Michael B. Jordan has a movie coming out, and Matthew was like, "Hey, haven't you seen Just Mercy?" And then he had to and then in his next tweet he was like, "Oh wait, they sent me a screener, so no, you haven't seen Just
The
Mercy."
answer is no.
The answer is no,
that movie
because
about?
only special people like you, Matt, get to see these movies.
Did he say what that movie was about?
He didn't.
World-renowned civil rights defense attorney Brian Stevenson.
Yes, Michael B. Jordan is the attorney in that
He's
movie.
gonna be.
I've seen a preview for
well,
it.
spoiler alert: sounds like he doesn't die.
Yay!
Yes.
Yes.
So it's
The
coming
attorney
out.
doesn't die?
It's coming out in January. So
I will
there
be
you go,
going-
Johna. So
I'll
you
be
have
going to see my man on the big screen.
Happy New Year. You can watch a movie
you.
where Michael B. Jordan doesn't die.
I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about it.
Right now, we need you to talk about choo pow pow stuff for Johna's movie review.
We done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I don't want to talk over your sound
You
effects.
went to see Knives Out with
I-
Chris Evans.
I did go see Knives Out. Oh, such a good movie. And it was actually like, it was kind of like Clue, but like you kind of knew who did it.
Okay.
But it had such a plot twist because it's like, oh, this person did it.
Isn't
okay.
it like Clue the movie?
Yeah, kind of. Except for like at the
Were
beginning.
you listening?
No,
She
doesn't.
just
Isn't
said.
it like Clue the
She
movie?
doesn't listen to me. Because at the beginning of the movie,
It's kind of like Clue. Is it like Clue the movie?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
No, it's not like Clue at all.
the board game.
No. Well, because at the beginning of the movie, you know who did it. Like-
So what's the point?
Okay.
But there's a twist.
Ooh.
Because who they said did it didn't actually do it.
Okay, so you're back to square one.
Who did
Yes. You want me to tell you who did it?
No, I don't.
Okay, look, I was like,
it? I'm actually a little
been out
bitter
like a
that you
week.
just told me that the person that that you think did it didn't do it. So now I did. Why should I go see the movie?
Because then you're going to find out who actually did it. And there's so much. And Daniel, first of all, I want to say that I'm knocking points for this movie for Daniel Craig and his terrible ass accent that he had in that movie.
Oh,
I love
no.
Daniel Craig.
I love
Oh,
Daniel
no.
Craig.
Y'all, I love Daniel Craig too. Don't
What
get
did he
me wrong.
sound like?
He had a Johna KJ impression accent.
Very southern.
Southern, like
What?
I was
Can't
born.
be James Bond again.
I was born in Georgia
I
type
can't
stuff.
listen to Adele anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It was terrible. I was like, oh my God. I was like, be British, God. It was awful. His accent was, as soon as he started talking, I was like, oh, this is getting knocked right now. I can't even. Every time he talked, I just like put my head down and be like, oh my God, shut
tried.
up. Stop talking.
Was it just because you know that he's actually British?
No,
that
it was bad. It was bad. It was a bad accent.
Was it really?
It was horrible. I mean, y'all go see it and then tell me.
You sound like, y'all go see it. Y'all go see Daniel Craig. You're never
go
going to look
see
at him the same again.
Go listen to him talking that accent, and then y'all come and tell me what you think, because honestly, I did not love it. I was like, okay.
All right.
Jamie Lee Curtis did a great job. Love her.
always.
She's the best.
Yes.
And I was just so good. And Chris Evans just looked so fine.
All right.
fine.
Woo.
You know
Well,
what movie he did not look fine in? 2009's Push.
I love that movie.
No, that movie is trash.
I love
wait a
that
second. That is not a
movie.
Chris Evans movie I've
is.
seen.
It's
Okay,
a good
well,
Where
I
can I-
didn't
movie.
either, and I wish I hadn't.
Where
because-
can I watch it for free?
I don't know. I was at my parents' house.
It's
and
on
it was
TV
on
like
TV.
all the time.
So I
It
only
is?
watched
Yeah.
the second half of it.
It's on
Okay.
like sci-fi and stuff.
But
You
it's-
can't judge a movie by the second
Yes,
half.
I can.
What's the premise of the movie?
It is. Brace yourselves.
Okay.
I already know what it's about. So.
Children, kind of adults. Adults.
It's got Dakota
young
Fanning.
adults.
Don't listen to
They
Katie.
have special abilities, and there's this secret organization that's trying to put them down. So they can, like
Like put them down, like, phew,
Like
yeah.
kill
put
him,
'em down.
yes.
like they can read minds and stuff.
It's got Dakota Fanning in it.
Now I think I remember hearing
Let me
about
tell
this,
you,
but I
it was
didn't-
lame.
It was
Chris Evans plays a big role in it?
Yeah, he's like the main character.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
him and
with
Dakota
his
Fanning are like the dynamic
2009
duo.
surfer dude, Fantastic Four hair.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember that. But yeah,
But his
that's
lips
a
are also
bad movie.
his lips are really, really red in that movie. Like I don't know if it's just like the filter they were using on the film or something, but his lips were red as hell during that whole movie. I was like, what are you
That's
doing?
what you remember from this bad movie.
I'm always looking at Chris Evans' lips, okay? What are you talking about?
I couldn't even like look at it because I was like, how dare you be in this
How
movie?
dare you?
I was so unimpressed.
I quite enjoyed Push, thank you.
I did not.
I thought it was pretty good.
I remember hearing about it. I think we actually, like, Dakota Fanning came to Indy for a screening of that movie. I think she came to, like, the Heartland Film Festival or something.
Like I'm sure it was cool or whatever, but I can't get over the concept just being so lame. I couldn't even give it a chance.
Well, there's lots of lame concept movies out there, and they do pretty well. So
But this one, I was like, I just could not get over it.
I enjoyed it, but we can agree to disagree.
All right.
But
There is a debate going on.
okay, don't
Yeah,
get me
it's-
started on this debate. Okay?
Yeah, I gave Johna homework, actually, because this is a debate that's been going on Twitter, and you have to decide, is Chris Evans hotter in his sweater
Oh,
from Knives
that
Out
sweater.
or his cap?
I want to
suit?
live in that sweater.
Let me look at the sweater. Hold
You
on.
want to live in the
I
sweater?
want to live in that sweater. I don't want him to wash it. I just want to.
Ew.
I just want to live in Chris Evans' dirty
Hey,
sweater.
listen, I cannot judge you because two things happened this week that were very weird. Like, I'm like, why do I still have this? I have this. There was a card that this guy wrote his, like, he's an artist or something. He, like, wrote his name and number and stuff. If you want me to do some personal art for you, for Chris Evans, and it was Chris put it on the floor. The first time that I was working with celeb photo ops with Chris Evans, and he almost spilled something on it, and I caught his cup and grabbed. I didn't know what that card was, so I caught it all and like pulled it up, and then I'm just like holding Captain America's cup in this card, and I don't know what to do with it. And I asked him if he needed it at the end, and he didn't need it, and I kept the card because it's got Chris Evans' DNA on it. And I just told you that. And honestly, now listen, it gets
Yeah,
weirder,
I wouldn't tell
Johna.
anybody else about that.
Listen, you know where I found it? I found it I was going through our cabinet that's got some Christmas stuff in it.
You put
but
it with the Christmas stuff?
Behind the Christmas stuff.
It's the season.
I'm telling you guys, I'm not done
Johna's
yet.
having
I am
trouble.
not done yet. I found it sitting under the paperwork that we got back from our cat's cremations.
Okay, that's somehow worse than Christmas. Why did you put it with the cat
I
cremation
don't know.
paper?
And I was like, what is this? And it looks like something was spilled on it. And then I was like, oh my God, I kept this card. Like, I don't even remember doing it, but now I remember. I was like, well,
Yeah,
I'm
you
going to
blocked
keep
that
this
out for your own good.
I'm going to keep this card forever because
Put it with the dead cat
Chris
papers.
Evans had a drink, and then that drink spilled on this, so here it is.
Okay, so in your mind somewhere, subconsciously,
I'm never going to get to work
Chris
with
Evans'
Chris Evans
DNA
again.
is on the same level as your dead cat's cremation papers.
I don't know. And Christmas, which is pretty high up for me.
Christmas.
Which is pretty high up. I
Okay,
mean, if you
somewhere
were
in
going to
your
look at it,
mind,
okay.
you put all of those on the same tier.
right.
If you were, okay, I just want to say, if you look at it that way, Christmas is really high up on my things that I love.
Christmas,
and
Chris
so
Evans,
are
and
my
cats.
cats.
And so is Chris Evans' DNA.
So it makes sense
We can
that,
clone him.
that Chris
You're gonna get
Evans
a cease
would,
and desist
I
from
know.
his people. They're gonna be like, you need to destroy that.
He doesn't care
Now,
about us.
I will go back and say that this was in my early days of working. That was the first. That was the first show
first time-
we worked
first-
ever. So it was our first experience, like being in
that
the
we
room with-
officially
You got
worked.
the-
Yes,
the regular
yeah,
people
Philadelphia.
heebie-jeebies.
Yes,
I am in tears over here.
So, I was,
Have you since moved it from the cat paperwork?
yes.
Okay.
I didn't throw it away.
Did you
though.
frame it?
No, but I didn't throw it away because I wanted to show you guys. But
How do I want
look
that?
at this thing that I have, and we should call this guy and be like, "Did you know? Did you know after you left?" He forgot to take your card.
He forgot it.
But I have it, and he spilled his drink on it.
How many
and I
years
still
ago
have
was
it.
this?
We could sell that. We should sell it for
Where
like
was
$1
it?
million.
2000.
Oh, God.
15.
15? Okay.
yeah.
I'm honestly
4 years old.
I am dead right now. Y'all don't even understand.
I did. This is the first time that husband Patches is hearing about this. I was like, "What is happening
And
in my
how do
life
you
right now?
feel?
And why do I still have all of this paperwork from my
there's
cats
no way
being
I can be
cremated?" I'm like,
jealous of
"I've got
Chris
their
Evans.
ashes. I don't
No.
need the receipt. I have the
More
receipt
concerned
for their
with
ashes."
Her mentality of, yes, I should put this with the dead cat paperwork.
Hey, look, it's all the things she loves. Cats, Christmas, Chris Evans.
Thank you. Ah,
Yep.
All the C's.
The
All
three
All the
C's.
C's. See?
Maybe
Three
she
Cs.
alphabetizes everything. C for Chris Evans or D for DNA? DNA, comma Chris Evans?
honestly, you guys, I have no clue.
Oh,
I
man.
really don't. I was questioning
You
my
know,
life.
you have this
So you
like corner
understand
in
me.
your house with all your pictures and your nice things. You put it with the cat paperwork.
I don't know.
She might
Well,
have just
actually,
accidentally
that's
just
the
Was that,
Doctor.
like, the
that's the Doctor
shame?
Who corner, though. That Chris Evans doesn't belong in the Doctor Who corner.
With the Doctor Who corner, what are you talking about?
She's talking. Is that the one in the living room
Yeah.
you're talking about? Yeah, that's the Doctor Who corner.
Oh yeah, no, no.
Okay. Well,
Oh
is
man,
it-
can you imagine if Chris Evans was in Doctor Who? I would.
Is
I
it
would be
like-
watching Doctor Who.
I would pass out. I wouldn't live through that. Wouldn't live through that episode. I couldn't have those. That wouldn't work for me. This heart cannot take that.
R.I.P. to KJ. If Chris Evans is ever on Doctor Who.
If that's ever announced, just know that I'm somewhere dead.
speaking of Doctor
I
Who,
read the headline. Oh, hang on, I'll post it in the Kind of Nerdy Network, and
Okay.
then I'll die.
Okay.
doing your due diligence.
Oh man.
Speaking of Doctor Who and stuff your heart can't take, I lost my Doctor Who scarf.
Oh my
yesterday.
God.
What the? What?
Yeah.
She got it back.
Yeah.
Your Tom
Oh,
Baker?
okay.
Thanks
Spoiler-
for sharing
spoiler
the
Fourth
alert.
Doctor one?
She's
My
gonna take
stripy
you,
one.
She's
Yeah.
gonna take you through
from the
this
Fourth
saga.
Doctor.
Okay, yeah.
Who stole it?
Let's
no
talk
one,
about
myself.
Give us the saga. I was there for the
Yeah,
whole thing.
so I had to go to a meeting downtown yesterday.
I
So
told her she
went,
shouldn't go.
Took my coat off, you know, because we're inside. Oh, they have a coat rack. Sure, I'll hang up my coat. We did our thing. I'm like, okay, I'll leave. Grab my coat, walk out the door. Like 4 hours later, I'm like,
Literally.
where's my scarf? Where's my scarf? And I'm standing next to Johna. I'm like, I forgot my scarf. And she's like, what? Yeah, I left
Did
it
she yell at you
downtown.
like that?
No.
And then
She was calm.
every 10 minutes, I was
I
like,
don't believe you.
I'm so mad. I can't handle this. And I was
Literally-
like having to pep talk myself, like, you'll make it through this.
Literally every time
Yeah.
every time she walked up to me, she was like, I can't believe I left my scarf. She was like, I don't even know where I left it at. She was like, did I leave it at the TV studio? Did I leave it at the radio station? I don't know. And then I had to call 2 different people.
And none
to
of them
go,
helped.
To go check her office.
And none of them helped me.
You were in crisis, and your coworkers didn't
They
care.
didn't even answer.
They
Rude.
didn't. I had to call the radio. Like I had to call
We
the
called
mix's
the,
phone.
like, the contest line.
I had to call the contest line to get a hold of someone at the station.
Would you like to request a song? No,
I want you to go see if my scarf is
I'd
there.
like to request that you look for my scarf.
And
Yep.
then they
Wasn't
checked and
there.
it wasn't there.
So I had to drive all the way downtown because my dumb self forgot my scarf at the competitor's building.
Oh my gosh.
Yep,
Aw, man.
had to go get it. So I called them in the morning. I was like, hello. So I think I might have possibly maybe left my scarf in here. But she's like, oh, yeah, it's right here. And she was like, what does it look like? I'm like, well, it's like brown and red and green and yellow. She's like, is it purple? I was like, no. And she was like, oh, yeah, it's here. Okay. And I was like, and the entire drive down, I was like, is this my scarf or am I going to pick up somebody else's
She
scarf?
was testing you.
Is it purple?
Yeah.
She was testing you to make sure it was actually your scarf.
It has
'Cause it's-
purple in it.
I didn't remember that it did because I
Yeah.
only remember like the browns and stuff. But I got there and the entire time I was like, I'm definitely picking up someone else's scarf. But it was there, and I walked in and I like snatched it off the counter. I'm like, thanks, bye, and then I left. And it was there. And we
I
were
can understand.
reunited.
I would panic about that. I would
I
totally
cannot
panic.
handle when I lose my things.
Yeah, well,
She
especially
was-
your Doctor Who things.
She was losing
Well, it
her
was my
mind. I
scarf.
thought she was going to die yesterday.
And I Googled it, and I was like, what if I have to replace this? Because that's where it always goes first, right?
Right.
They don't even sell it anymore.
They don't?
No. I bought it at Hot Topic.
Well, they sell it other places.
No, I checked
It's on
Hot Topic's
Amazon.
website,
I have a-
and they don't have it. It's not the same.
It's on Amazon.
I
It's not the same.
I have a friend, Wendy, the William and Eleanor Etsy store. She could make one for you.
But it's
She
not
made
my
me.
scarf.
She made me the 13th Doctor, the
You're
rainbow
such a
scarf.
baby.
Nope, it's mine.
She's like, it's my scarf.
I don't want a new one.
It's
I want
my
mine.
scarf.
But we've been reunited, and my heart is healed. So
All right.
we're
Well,
good.
a little news about
fine.
Doctor Who, since we're on the topic. They are definitely doing a New Year's Day show. So all of that early 2020, early 2020.
Yeah,
It's like-
try 1/1/20.
Yeah, 1/1/20. Okay.
the earliest 2020.
The earliest.
I'm
20.
pretty excited. New Year's Day has become a very active day for us. Most
A
people.
very British day for us, too.
Yeah.
Very British day.
It's a
for
very
us.
British day. We
Yeah.
watch. Okay, when we were in London for was it the Walker Stalker convention, right?
Yes.
We discovered darts. You know the dart game.
Like
Yes.
you
Throw the
throw
darts.
them
Where
and
you
they
throw
stick
them?
in the target.
Yes.
They
Okay.
Yeah.
they
Very
take
familiar.
darts.
301, 501, which I've played my whole life, right? But
They take darts to a whole new level. I mean, it's
Well, they're British.
okay, but it's like imagine the crowd from a wrestling event watching darts. That's
Wow.
what it's seriously, and they're dressed up like I don't know why Batman
the
is in the.
drama?
all right, so it's like
No, it's like the
she took your
crowd.
wife.
The crowd is all
yeah,
like,
it's like WWE fans in cosplay watching darts. It's
What?
it's
I can't
it's the most
envision that.
surreal
That's
thing
weird.
you'll
to
look
watch.
out, and they'll flash to the crowd, and there's like Batman next to a guy dressed as a chicken, and they're drinking beer together, and you're like,
Well,
I
Yeah,
don't
there's
understand.
that
like-
explains
That's
it.
weird.
Yeah. Well, there's like a table of guys dressed up like Waldo. You know,
Yeah.
there's
There's always one.
yeah.
there's
Lord.
like this whole thing of guys just wearing like just like dressed up in baby bonnets and diapers and bottles of beer and shit.
But then you-
stuff.
Those are the baby New Year's.
But then, yes, Katie, kind of, and obviously it's not scripted, but similar to like wrestling or NASCAR,
The
that, like,
drama.
you get into the storylines of these.
The, throwing darts has a story.
Yes,
Yes.
you get to know the guys, the people, the professional dart thrower people thingies.
Well, like-
Do they
and
have,
I'm
like,
telling
a
you,
name?
last New Year's Day, I cried because the one old guy retired.
Yep.
It was his
The
last
darts guy?
time throwing
We
darts.
call him Uncle Phil.
Uncle
Do
Phil,
his wrists not work anymore?
Probably not.
No,
if
he's
he's
just-
old.
he's just old. He doesn't want
He
to
don't
play.
wanna do it
He wants to
anymore.
hang out with
Phil
his
the Power
grandchildren.
Taylor,
He's
man.
probably made
yeah.
all his dart money and he's probably leaving.
And the guy that
Is
beat
there
him.
money in darts?
Now here's the
Probably.
thing.
There's
Here's
a
the thing.
lot
The
of
guy
money.
that beat him. So Phil, his name is Phil the Power Taylor.
And when
All
he
right?
walks
And-
out,
Still,
they
air
have
quotes, the power.
no,
Taylor.
Johna. When they walk out, they have
They have
theme
walk-up
music
music,
like
yeah.
the wrestlers.
Like
That's
do
great.
do do do.
Yes, yes. So when Phil
Exactly.
would walk out, he would walk out to that '80s song, "I've Got the Power." I've got the power.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
Like,
dun,
yeah, you
dun,
do.
dun, dun. And I'm telling you, like that played, and I knew it was going to be the last time, and I was like, last time Phil's got the power.
But the cool thing is the
Wow.
guy,
He
had the
guy that beat him though was completely unranked. He was a nobody that came out of
the
out of
underdog
complete
story.
obscurity and
So-
just like ran roughshod.
You know,
So
I'm pretty
just
sure
real
there's
quick,
a movie
because I don't think
story for that.
I tied this all in. So the World Dart Championships are on New Year's Day.
They start at noon.
You can now call them Dart Der Who.
Your Dark Derhu Day.
So we will
Who
literally
Day.
be watching BBC all day.
Dart
on New
Der
Year's
Who Day.
It's Dart Der Who Day. Thank
Lord.
you, Katie.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, our best friends are gonna love that.
Yeah.
You're welcome, everyone.
Okay, so while we speak, we're approaching let's see, just a
Wait,
couple
hold
of
on.
things going
Does
on.
Murphy
Star
have
Wars.
Murphy, have anything to say?
He's
Murphy
quiet.
doesn't speak. He's a dog that doesn't speak.
He's been getting more comfortable with barking the
Has
longer
he?
we've had him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he'll occasionally voice his
Okay.
opinions about things. But he has such a deep bark for such a little body.
What's it sound like?
Very deep.
I want to hear it.
Well, ask him.
No, do your impression.
No.
Do your
Yes.
Murphy impression.
Come on, Katie.
Oh.
Is it that?
Close. It's more like he growls and then he barks.
Just do it.
I can't.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
can.
can.
No, I can't.
Try.
I believe in you.
Murphy, why don't you do it?
Murphy's not having
No,
it.
Murphy's not.
He likes to
No.
sleep under the Christmas tree.
I was say he's
That's
under
very
the
cute.
tree right now, so he is not
It's
having
my
it.
Super
present.
cute.
Okay, guys. Star Wars is getting closer.
He's my
Okay,
present.
we're
Oh, yeah, can't
all
wait.
right.
I hope the movie's better than the last one.
You're a Last Jedi hater.
I'm not a hater. I
Yes,
just didn't
you
like it.
sure sounded like a hater there.
I don't hate. I dislike. I feel like there was a lot of.
On a scale of 1 to 10, with 5
I give
being
that
average,
movie a 2.
where would you give it?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 2.
A 2.
Damn.
Yeah.
You are a
right.
What
hater.
makes me mad about that movie
Yeah.
is that it's the Superman mentality. Everything has an excuse. Oh, Leia gets blown into space. Well, I'm just going to force fly my way back. That's easy. Yeah, sure. When we've just never, ever mentioned that before. And I just feel like it was like cop out after cop out after cop out. The whole movie.
I will say that there were parts of it that were just just didn't need to be in it.
Like,
I mean,
thought
like
that was
they
cheesy and lame.
Yeah, I like them like on Cantleby, like where where they had that racetrack
And that whole
everything.
casino thing was,
yeah,
like,
that casino thing.
pointless.
I thought that was a bit superfluous. I
felt like they were trying to build
movie's
out a
already long
character
enough.
there that they probably didn't.
right.
Like they were like, we have to have a reason. Now I liked Rose a lot, but I felt like that was like we
I
have
felt-
to have something.
I
for
I
felt
Rose.
felt
Instead
Rose
of-
was forced on us.
I felt like they could have developed her in a better way.
Yes.
Yes.
That was more relevant to the story than it's a casino planet. Sure. Why
Right.
not? Because we haven't done this yet. But I feel like it was just lame. Like, oh, here's Snoke. By the way, he's dead. And not actually the main bad guy. So have fun with that.
And this is well, I guess it's a spoiler if you're trying to avoid everything about the movie, but it's not a spoiler because it's news and it's been out there. They put out another clip, and it is Palpatine talking to
Yeah.
Kylo Ren, and the theory is that he has been in Kylo Ren's head the entire time. That there was no Snoke. That hologram was just Palpatine, like it's been him all along.
I mean, it could be, but also that like completely destroys the point of like Anakin's sacrifice. Because like, didn't he try to kill Palpatine to like put himself like back in the right and back on the good side?
Yeah, he
and
did
save
the right
his
thing.
son?
Yeah, and Return of the
So
Jedi.
all that's
yeah.
pointless now. Okay, great.
Yeah.
What about the Knights of Ren? Just never mention that again. You know.
Well,
Oh,
so
whatever.
well, they killed them all. So
We'll just never mention it again. But I feel
Well,
like
if you
that's a huge
killed them
part
all,
of,
would you
but
be
I
talking
feel like
about
it's
it
a
a
huge
lot?
part of Kylo Ren. Like they keep bringing
Remember
up
when
the
we
fact
killed
that
all the
Luke
Knights
tried
of
to
Ren?
kill
Yeah,
him.
that was awesome.
They keep bringing up the fact that Luke tried to kill him. He tried to kill me. He tried to kill me. He tried to kill me. And we're just never going to mention like the whole rest of that ever.
and then he kills his guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got that. I totally get
And
that.
then Yoda's silent for movies, and then he's like, "Don't destroy the Jedi books. It's too important." No, moving on. I just feel like the movie
Wow,
was.
why are you angry at Yoda, dude?
I like Yoda. I feel like you don't stay quiet for 15 years and then get pissy about stuff. Like if you're mad about
Well,
it,
he never-
maybe try not to kill the younglings again, Skywalker.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Because we made that mistake once already.
True that.
Maybe don't do it again. You know? If you worried about the
Okay.
Jedi that much, like, hey, maybe solve that problem before it becomes a problem.
You know, I didn't. I would not say. So there are Star Wars movies that I will watch over and over, and we have watched The Last Jedi a few times, but it's not on my list of like, ooh, let's watch The Last Jedi again. But I don't hate it.
I enjoyed it when I
it's
watched
fine.
it, but
Yeah.
now that I've like festered on it for a year, I'm mad about it.
I was kind of laughing about it, especially when Luke throws the lightsaber over his shoulder. Like,
Yeah.
I was.
That was hilarious. I thought that was
like,
great.
some of the stuff where they're like, and all of a sudden, we've been waiting to see what's going to happen when he takes the lightsaber, and he's like, screw that, and we're dying to know, what the tie is to Rey's parents, and then it's like, oh, they don't matter. I
I like that her parents don't matter.
I was amused at the fact that all the stuff we were dying to know, they were like, doesn't matter,
You know, they did that in Game of Thrones too.
doesn't matter.
Right at the
Right.
end.
And I
Yeah.
think
Butchered it.
Benicio del Toro,
They butchered it.
he bugged the hell out of me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Del Toros are wild.
Well, I love him. I love
They
him.
are.
I love him as an actor. I really do. He's a brilliant actor. That just like that forced stutter and like that whole thing. I was just like,
Well, I
yeah,
was like,
you're
is
too
this gonna,
cartoon.
like, be something?
Right.
And
You're-
he's like, oh, here's a ship. All right, see ya. And
Yeah.
then just never
Yep,
mentioned
stabbed
him
you in the
again.
back. I'm out. See ya.
All
I
right,
was like,
cool,
really?
peace.
That's the depth of your
Lando Part 2, bye.
right.
But like, I feel like they pushed the story so far in the first one, The Force Awakens.
Yeah,
And then they made no forward progress in the second one.
that is, yeah.
So now
I
the
give you
third
that.
one either has to be a ton of like space to cover, no
Mm-hmm.
pun intended, or they're just going to lose things. And like things are going to fall off the edge and
It's going to be
you're going to
fine.
forget things and whatever.
It's gonna be
Or it's
great.
going to be like, it was all a dream in Luke Skywalker's head. The end. Because he's been dead for 10 years. The end.
You always think it's going to be something like
Because
it.
I
None of
feel
this
like
really happened
If
in the end.
The Last Jedi was like cop out after cop out after cop out, that's the one you haven't done yet.
Huh?
It was all a dream.
Well, we'll find out soon. I'm excited about it.
I don't know. I'm worried.
Don't go in
You
hating.
don't sound very excited.
I'm not going in hate. I'm worried.
You know,
This doesn't sound worried. This sounds hateful.
Worried.
do what I did when The Force Awakens came out. Everyone was, like,
I didn't even remember the first 6 Star Wars movies when I went to go see that one.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I like Star Wars.
Here's the problem. Everyone saw it, and everyone just instantly just started just bitching about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, stop. Just stop. All right? Go into it like I did with the mindset of expect nothing and accept everything.
And still be
and
let
just
down.
go in to watch a movie to enjoy it and have a good time. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah,
Ooh,
like at the
preach.
end of the
No
day, the fact that we
expectations.
get to
Preach.
sit around and talk about new Star Wars stuff is cool.
Isn't that wild?
Right. Yes.
It's cool. Like, don't
Yeah.
get Katie.
Like it's the 80s all
take
over
a
again.
deep breath and just let it
Well,
go.
you know,
We get to
won't.
have more Star Wars
I have this
stuff.
holds a
theory
grudge.
about
She's a grudge
movies
holder.
that come out. You know,
All
I think
movies?
there's this timeline. Okay,
Okay.
no matter what the movie is, as soon as it comes out, the first people to go see it are super thrilled about it, so they love it. You go up into the curve here. You're like, oh my gosh, it's amazing, I love it, and then it tanks. Oh my gosh, I hate it, it's terrible. Brr, 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 brr. And then it levels out after a couple weeks, and you get the general consensus of how you feel about the movie.
Okay.
I think we're in the general consensus that Last Jedi was terrible.
No, I'm not giving.
I am.
No, I'm not giving you that. It was fine. It wasn't great. There were definitely
If
flaws.
I'm going to sit down
It was
But-
manageable.
on my Disney Plus here and say, oh, I love Star Wars. I'm going to watch some Star Wars. Not that one.
Fair
That
enough.
was
Right.
not a here's
Premise.
why you should watch
Star
Star
Trek's
Wars
at least like,
description.
we're going to try and learn things.
At least Star
but
Trek
not
has
really.
Chris Pine in it. God.
Because it's Star
But
Trek.
o-
Star
only
Trek has Chris
recently. You know, there was a lot of Star Trek before Chris
Yeah.
Pine, right?
I mean, there was Patrick Stewart and whatnot.
and
he was in Star Trek.
William
William
Shatner.
Shatner.
Okay, Patrick Stewart's the only one I
y'all
remember.
disrespecting Leonard Nimoy, okay?
Oh, dude, did you see what I shared on Oddity Files group today? Leonard Nimoy in a Sasquatch Christmas sweater.
Oh, I love
Nice.
Nothing says Merry Christmas like Spock and Squatch.
All right, we got to talk a little bit of TV here because
So do you want to watch Star Wars now?
No, she does not.
That was like the most Star Wars talk ever on this podcast. And honestly, I don't even know if I can pull any highlights from that because I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit through it again.
Well, let me tell you, now you don't have to watch Star Wars.
I wasn't
because that's all of
going
it.
to. I literally was not going to.
That's all of it, though.
Couple of TV things.
Yes.
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Not caught up.
Oh, is it like that crossover thing?
Yeah.
I did a commercial for that.
Oh, very nice. Johna, I think that you're okay. They're doing a really good job of bringing you into it, even if you're not caught up.
Oh, okay.
There was, and I posted it in the Kind of Nerdy Network, there was a BuzzFeed, like basically like, here's all the things you need to know if you're not caught up and you want to watch this. And so I went through that, and now like it's fine. I mean, you can tell when there's moments, on shows where they give each other the look, or there's something, and you're like, I'm missing something here.
Most of it.
That quick little quip that they have, and you're like, what?
But you're literally like, oh,
You remember that time,
yeah,
right?
I don't know what that means, whatever, and you just keep watching the storyline. So.
Okay.
It moves along really well.
They're doing a really good job. Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god, I can't even believe this is happening. And then the moment at this point we're only 2 episodes into the 5-episode crossover, right? Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
But the Superman stuff that they do, I've never found Superman very interesting. Superman,
Same.
it was no. I'm telling you,
Everybody knows I don't like Superman.
Well, because so you have these infinite. You have a bunch
Infinite
of Earths.
Earths.
Wait,
Right.
it's not.
There's a whole bunch of Earths.
It's not Tyler Hoechlin who's Superman in the.
Oh,
is it?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, because I remember seeing what's that guy who was on Arrow,
Brandon, yeah.
Brandon Routh, yeah.
Isn't he?
Yeah, so there's
Superman?
different. So there's all these
Yeah.
different Earths. So
Okay.
it's the multiverse.
So there's like different Supermans on
bet
different
the
Earths.
entire-
I have a weird crush on him.
on who?
That guy Brandon.
Brandon
What?
Routh? Oh,
That's
yeah.
not weird.
He's a
feel like-
handsome man.
Is he?
Oh, God, yeah.
He
Hell
is.
yeah, he is.
You should follow him on Instagram.
I do.
Oh yeah.
I have a
It's
crush
okay
on-
to
I followed
have a
him
crush on him.
like.
I have a crush on his wife.
Arrow.
Yeah, he's married to the girl that played the mother of Jack in Supernatural.
Yeah, Kelly.
That's his
Jack's
wife.
mom.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Courtney Ford.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tea.
I know,
Okay.
right? But yeah,
Yes.
so on another Earth he is the Superman.
okay.
And so there's
Which I love the fact because he was Superman in
Because he
Superman
was-
Returns, the
yeah.
movie. Yeah.
he has played Superman in Superman Returns. So that was really cool to see him as Superman again. And then Tyler being Superman as usual. And it does look like they're at least gonna greenlight the pilot for Superman and Lois Lane, which
Yay.
would be awesome. And then and this is again not spoilers because they have already announced it, but then there's a moment where Tom Welling, who played Superman, played Clark Kent in Smallville. So he's another Superman. So there were like
He
all of
was
these.
also in Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yes. And he was in
Alright.
Lucifer.
And he was
He's
in
in
Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got to tell you,
R.I.P.
just like as a married man to KJ here, I have got a huge man crush on Tom Welling right now.
You know, I have a crush on Tom Welling as well.
I have spent most of my life crushing on
Yeah,
Tom Welling.
right?
So
Tom
welcome
Welling.
to the Tom
Well,
Welling
look at
crush
Tom
party.
Welling.
have
Tom
you-
Welling is a
Have you
very
seen
attractive
Cheaper
man.
by the Dozen? Haven't you?
Yeah.
He's Charlie from. He's one of the oldest kids in Cheaper by the Dozen.
He was Clark Kent in Smallville.
And he was in Lucifer as the lieutenant.
He's all right.
AKA Kane.
Get
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
this
Kane.
podcast.
That's right.
He's
Like
all
beat your
right.
brother with a rock cane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only cane I know. It's the only cane I know.
The original sinner guy. Yeah, him.
You know, that guy who's like, you should kill your brother. I should totally kill my brother.
But I think the thing that I
You know
really,
what? Great idea.
the
You should
thing,
hear me interpret the Bible. You should kill your brother. Yeah, I should kill my brother.
Let's do it.
That sounds great, me. It's all a test.
but the thing that I think that they are doing right now that has been missing from DC in everything that they do.
Good
is
movies.
They're having fun. Like you can tell.
DC's
all of-
not meant to have fun.
I know all of these people, and they've brought in a bunch of cameos from different Batman movies.
Oh, dude,
and-
when Burt Ward, the first episode. So I grew
Robin.
up. Yeah, like
yeah.
the original Robin from the 60s.
Like the tights.
Yeah.
Like the type.
Yeah, the,
You know,
holy
like
blah, blah,
the
blah,
underwear.
Batman. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah,
Holy
I grew.
guacamole, Batman!
Yeah, I grew up on him. So when he popped in, I was just like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!"
So it's like
he wear
finally DC is
Did
having
he wear
fun.
tights?
They're like celebrating
colors.
their
Their
characters.
TV shows
and-
are always fun though.
but this is like, I mean, it's all of them mashed together. It's like Endgame for DC.
Is Ruby Rose in there?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, she's my
Yeah.
woman crush
Endgame
forever.
for DC.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah,
like,
they're
I'm
doing a
watching it
good
going,
job.
Half of them
oh my
die?
God, we're having a whole bunch of fun watching DC stuff. And I remember that guy, and oh, that was Robin. And oh my gosh, now there's 3
You're
Supermans.
telling
This
me
is
you
awesome.
enjoyed yourself during a DC thing?
I know.
Crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
So there's,
Talk about infinite Earths. Am I right?
I'm like, I must be on a different Earth because I'm having so much fun
Is
watching
this one where
DC
Marvel sucks?
stuff.
No, I don't think there's an Earth that has
is
that.
the answer.
No, that never happens.
But I will say,
No.
I will say, like Supergirl, the show itself is really good. As far as DC shows go, that's the one
Yeah,
show.
Like, do you like,
that's
cut her
do you
hair?
like Supergirl?
Yeah.
I really can't get into
See,
it.
Supergirl's the one show that I haven't lost interest in because, like, the Flash and Arrow and everything else, it's like, oh god, you are being completely predictable in the storyline. So I'm like, nope, turn it off.
Well, I mean, Arrow's like almost over, so
Right.
you know, sad.
But
And I'm
no,
not even caught up
Supergirl
on
has
that
kept
either.
going really well.
Oh, and let me tell you something about Arrow.
Tell me, girl.
When I was reading the BuzzFeed, like the things that you need to know, there's a synopsis about Oliver going to this other Earth, and Tommy's there, and all this stuff. And they don't blatantly say that like Tommy dies again, but
Why do they keep killing Colin?
they blow up. That Earth gets blown up. So guess what?
Whoops.
They freaking killed Tommy again.
Why do they keep
I
killing
can't
Colin?
keep watching Tommy die.
It's so sad because like he died. He literally died in like the first season of Arrow,
Right.
and then he died again,
Like,
and again, and again.
Can we
and
just
again,
have
and
like
again.
one brief visit to an Earth where Tommy's having a good life and
No,
doesn't
we
die?
can't.
No.
We cannot.
No is the answer.
Apparently, we cannot. I'm sorry that you keep dying, Colin.
That's ridiculous. Colin he's a wonderful man. I know he's like having great success.
He's so
on
handsome, too.
Chicago MD, Chicago Med.
Is it Chicago Med?
Yeah,
I think
right?
it is Chicago Med.
He's a doctor
Yes.
on Chicago Med.
Oh, I would love for him to be my doctor. I'd be going to the hospital every week.
Doctor, I got the sniffles.
I got the. I'm having
sick.
memory problems.
I'm a bit
I don't even
peckish.
know why I'm here.
I'm feeling peckish. You want to go have dinner?
The vapors must have gotten to me.
So I would say yes. If you are in a place where you're not caught up, you can still enjoy this, and it really is. I mean, like two episodes into this 5-episode crossover, which has never been done before. It's a lot of fun, and I think they're doing a great job with it. And John Cryer's great as Lex Luthor.
I do like John Cryer's great in everything he does.
Yes.
He was even great in NCIS. Yeah, he was fantastic.
Ducky from
Ducky, look at you pulling out the 80s.
From Pretty in
Right.
I love
I love
80s movies, guys.
I was gonna say John Cryer from 2.5 Men for you.
I was gonna say
I never watched
Hot
it.
Shots.
Yeah, I get that one.
There you go.
Pretty in
You
Pink.
never saw Hot Shots? Oh my god.
No.
I must have not ever watched any 80s movies, I guess.
I love 80s movies. They have the best romantic plots ever in life. I love them.
Well,
They're my
from
favorite.
What I've gleaned from Dirty Dancing,
Yeah.
I feel like everyone thought the 80s was just, who cares what my parents are telling me? Let's dance.
Well, but that was
In
a
a
movie.
way, yeah, that was kind of the.
But that was a movie in the 80s
yes.
about the 60s.
And let's
You
wear
know,
those
that's
hats that are
true.
round
Yeah.
cones.
You know,
Yeah.
it's always the rich guy who falls in love with the poor
I
girl
wish.
or whatever. That's basically
Have you seen Girls Just Want to Have Fun?
yes.
I do
Okay,
like that
yes.
song.
I think I've seen it 1.5 times. I've
And
never, but
It is the epitome of 80s movies. It's
That
got
is
everything. It's got the
I like the
dancing. It's got the
song.
romance. It's
Oh,
got
yeah.
the rebelling.
All right, put it this way:
It's
if
got
it weren't
great
for,
montage.
How come the
Just-
80s were full of rebelling?
if it
What
weren't
did y'all
cared.
rebel against
if it
in the
weren't for
80s?
John Hughes, you would not have the Hallmark Channel.
That's true. I would agree.
I'm just saying
I would
that.
agree with that because
Yeah.
John Hughes did make some good movies. I will say that.
All
I
right.
loved all of those.
I did like The Breakfast Club. That
Breakfast
was
Club is very good.
You know, my dad
Yes.
hated that so much he would punish us if he caught us watching it.
What?
He would go to your room. You know you're not supposed to watch that movie.
Why? What made him upset? The detention?
I don't know. He
probably
just
because
hated
they were
it.
smoking.
No,
Those bad kids.
he just thought it was a bad movie, and he thought we should be doing other things with our time.
Like
But
what?
I don't know. I don't know.
Being in detention? Dancing?
But I just remember, like,
Were
better
those
not
the two
watch
things
Breakfast
to
Club
do
while
in the
Dad's
80s? Was
around.
Having a
skip
good
school
time.
and be in detention?
So the first time that I watched that movie all the way through was when I went to college, because I could finally watch it all the way through and not get in
Did you
trouble.
close the blinds, turn off all the lights, double check the door was locked,
I'm like, all right, I'm in this dorm room.
and then you watch it and you're like, what was the point of that?
Yeah, I honestly don't know why, but I remember he hated that movie and just, are you in a crime area?
No, but the
Katie?
fire department is just up the way.
Okay.
Up the way.
All right.
Up over yonder.
Sirens are going
Over
off.
yonder.
I also did like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Another 80s
That one was
movie.
good.
That was another
80s
one.
movies are so good.
I googled 80s movies to see which ones I knew.
16 Candles is one of my faves because I will
Yes,
forever love
yes.
Jake Ryan.
Say anything.
Say Anything was
Love
so
Say
good.
Anything.
Gremlins.
Yes.
No.
The Shining.
You never saw the Gremlins?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't
love
see The
The
Shining
Shining.
either.
We did.
Yes.
Are you aware? Oh my God. Are you aware that we did not see The Shining?
Yes.
I
Because I tried to talk about the sequel and you guys are like, what?
this
Yeah,
was
except
like
you didn't notice for 10 full minutes, and we kept saying we have
Because
not
I'm under
seen
the
The
assumption
Shining.
that most fully functional adults have seen The Shining. At
Okay,
least
well,
once.
first of all, I'm not fully functional, so
no, there's
Also
not
not
there's
an
no
adult.
fully
But
functioning.
it's
Not
so good.
But Katie,
I know it's long, but it's good.
I'm telling you, I just went back through because it was, I forget, I have one of my podcast apps that just decides to connect and play. And so all of a sudden I'm just listening to
Oh,
us all the time.
hey.
And it was playing the episode where you were talking about The Shining. And I kid you not, it was a solid 10 minutes of Johna and I, every time you said something about The Shining, one of us said, I've not seen The Shining. I haven't seen The Shining either. I haven't seen The Shining. No, I don't remember that. I haven't seen The Shining. We haven't seen The Shining. And then 10 minutes go into it, and one of us says something about not
I
seeing
remember.
The Shining.
I was
and
making
you're
dinner
like,
and remember
You
this.
haven't
Yes.
You haven't seen The Shining?
I'm like, what? She doesn't listen.
No. So anyway, for future reference, we have not seen The Shining.
Y'all are going to watch it.
No, we are
At my
not.
house, I'm going to lock the
No,
door
no,
and make
no.
you watch
We
The
can
Shining.
unlock the door.
No.
Yeah.
Wow, aggressive.
Truly.
I
no.
tell you, all I have to do is tip that tree through the window and we're out of here.
Good luck. You're on the second floor.
Big fat tree, I'll write it down.
What's your favorite movie from the 80s? Moving on from this.
Favorite movie from the
Favorite
80s?
movie from the 80s.
Probably.
I'll tell you mine. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
That was
Wow.
such a good movie.
I've got 3 that pop into mind.
Okay.
Top Gun, Empire Strikes Back, and Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, Dirty Dancing. was so
Also
good.
Beetlejuice.
No, I hate Beetlejuice.
I was not a fan.
Beetlejuice.
No, I didn't
I wasn't
get
a
it.
fan.
Dude, Keaton was brilliant.
I did not get it.
I mean, Keaton.
You did.
He's
There's
great,
nothing
but
to get.
And Alec, dude,
What's
Like, you can't even,
what
like,
is
get
the
him.
premise
If you go
of the
back-
movie?
Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Well, to not say his name 3 times, which we did.
Well,
yeah.
Oh no, he's gonna get us.
He's like haunting their house, kind of, but he's more like a mooch.
Yeah.
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 Wow,
yeah.
what a premise. Can you imagine the sales pitch for that one? So there's this like
He's
thing,
like a ghost, but kind of
but
like a
not
demon.
really. And
And
he's
he's more like-
haunting.
You're more of a phantasm, I think. Would
I don't know.
And then when she did say his name 3 times, the one part of the movie that I actually saw, that I actually watched, he really didn't do like a whole lot of anything.
He's just
like,
annoying.
He was so annoying,
Yeah.
and his head
That's
like
the
just
point.
like it was.
yeah,
That's the
that's
point, is that he's
precisely the
malicious
point of
And then like,
Beetlejuice.
what's with the couple that dies? Like, why are they at the house?
Okay, now I
still?
will say, to this day, I have a hard time watching Beetlejuice again because Alec Baldwin is so freaking skinny and wearing those glasses.
Gotta
I
love
can't
Alec
do
Baldwin.
it. I
What a
just can't
handsome
do
man.
it.
You do?
I love me some Alec Baldwin.
That is okay. Going back to our
I think he is so
earlier
handsome.
conversation, that is a
Wait,
weird
back
crush.
up. What?
Yeah, welcome to the party. Did you?
Alec Baldwin.
Yes, I think he's so handsome. He's got those really
Which of the Baldwins is he?
The one on 30 Rock.
the most famous one.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one on the commercial?
Yeah,
was
the one
in,
the one they did all the Trump impersonations on
he-
SNL.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was in Cat in the Hat.
He was.
Yeah.
He was the boyfriend.
Yeah, he was the
I
boyfriend in
remember.
Cat in the
That
Hat.
was a weird movie. by
So
the
good
way.
though.
Well, yeah, it's Dr. Seuss,
A
dude.
plus
Well, it was like
movie.
the live action one, and also
And it
like,
had Mike
wasn't
Myers
Mike
in it.
Myers?
Mike
Oh,
Myers
God.
was the Cat in the Hat.
He was a cat that was like
sweet
straight up gonna
Jesus.
kill some children.
I did not see.
Oh,
Cat in
it's
the
on
Hat.
Netflix. You should watch it.
And then Alec Baldwin tried to like be their mom's boyfriend or whatever, and he hated the kids. So they're like, "Cat in the Hat, please help us just completely destroy this man." And he's like, "All right, sure, why not?"
That was not the premise of why the cat was there.
He wanted them to have fun,
exactly.
thus destroying the
and
boyfriend.
Alec Baldwin just so happened to come in at the incorrect time.
No, when you're a kid, that could be fun.
So I would say Top Gun, as Patches has said.
No, let's time out. Let's go back. Why is Alec Baldwin a weird crush to have?
That's weird.
Why is
It's
that
not.
weird?
Alec Baldwin's a good-looking dude.
Thank you.
He-
He's
I-
got
I mean,
those baby
yeah,
blue
yeah,
eyes.
he's-
Oh man,
He's not
I'd buy that.
unattractive.
I'd
I
buy
mean,
that.
he really isn't.
I don't think he's unattractive. I just
No,
don't
he's a
think
good-looking-
he's not a crush.
crushing.
Tony Blair, all right? Remember.
Who's
I said it's weird, okay? All right? I know it's weird. All right.
saying.
Boop, 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 choo, pow, pow, bang, bang. Woo, choo, 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 boop, boop, doop, boop, doo. Time for Katie's gaming update.
Before that, you wanna
Starring
know who
Katie.
I have a weird girl crush on.
Who?
Molly Shannon.
Who was that?
The one that sticks her fingers in her armpits and sniffs.
Are you effing kidding me?
I love her so much.
You know,
She's fantastic.
she's naturally pretty.
She's fantastically
Yeah.
funny.
I-
Funny gets me. And Superstar
That's why I
is
have
one
a
of my
crush on
favorite
Jim
movies.
Carrey.
Oh, she's
because
super
he's funny.
slapsticky too. Yeah.
Superstar is one of my favorite movies.
Superstar is such a stupid movie. God.
As much as I love
And
Will
she just
Ferrell,
wants to
that
kiss
I
Will
can't
Ferrell.
even watch that
That's
movie.
her only goal. is to
I
kiss
love
Will
him so
Ferrell.
I love Will Ferrell. I think he is so funny.
All right, y'all. I want to go home and go to bed. This is a problem with doing the show from Katie's house. I'm like, I'm tired and I want to
Well,
go to
you
bed.
won't have traffic anymore.
Well, thank you. Yeah. We're never coming back here again.
I'll come back to hang out with Murphy.
Road
My baby
rage
boy.
patches. I want to hear about this gaming thing.
What gaming thing?
I think you said you had a
The
gaming thing for us.
Oh, the gaming thing.
Poo poo choo.
Oh, the
How about
gaming
you're the gaming girl? Pooh. Katie's the gaming girl. Who?
Did you guys hear about the gaming thing?
Here's Katie to
What
talk
gaming
about the
thing?
gaming
Gaming
thing.
thing.
You said you were gonna make us play a game or something.
Yeah, it's called Overcooked.
It's too late now, but we want to hear about it.
So it's this little multiplayer game. It's on the Switch,
Mm-hmm.
and it is so cute. So you play as these little chefs,
Mm-hmm.
and your goal is like you have a set amount of time to cook and serve meals and wash dishes.
So it's like Diner Dash.
A little bit, but it's multiplayer,
Okay.
and you literally cannot complete it without other people playing.
Ah.
Oh, so it's kind of like
That's
Space
why you
Team,
wanted us
but
to
you're.
So
come
you're all running around the
Space
kitchen
Team.
trying to do
Uh-huh.
things at the same time,
Yeah.
and it's really
Nice.
cute.
Where are my freaking potatoes?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that is what it's like.
Like one
working
person has
in
to
a
chop,
kitchen
one
in
person
a
has to
restaurant.
plate, one person has to
Right.
clean the dishes. You know,
Can I just be like? Can I just be Gordon Ramsay in the back yelling at you guys?
get it together.
Do you guys know
What the
I
bleep
was
is
the
that?
potato cook for a while in my teenage years? I worked at a supper club and I was the potato cook.
A supper club.
Yeah, that's
This is the
Wisconsin terms.
1800s.
No, they still have
No,
supper
it's
clubs in
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
What is a
Wisconsin.
supper club?
Well, you know, supper is dinner.
So
Dinner and supper are different.
Yeah.
Yes.
yes, in Wisconsin there is no lunch. There is breakfast, dinner, and supper. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I
the
didn't make it up.
Dude, 20 years and I still don't believe
I was
it.
a baby. They taught me words. The word
Hey,
for the
You didn't
know.
have the word for
food
lunch.
at the end
Did you have to
was
learn that when you got here?
Well, I mean, I think somebody like literally just was like, "Oh, let's have lunch," just like randomly in a sentence one day, and they were like, "Yeah, let's call it that," and then just totally get rid of the word supper and then make lunch, which was dinner, make dinner what supper was.
wow.
I
You
always
really thought
it
about
stemmed
this.
from the word luncheon, but okay.
Because I've heard people call it supper before, like
Yeah.
my family members. You're like, "Oh, what are we gonna have for supper?" And I'm like, "I don't know what that is. Please
Yeah.
explain this to me."
So supper is dinner. Okay, and so when you go to the fancy place, it's not like a steakhouse. It's the supper club. All right. So why was I talking about supper clubs?
Potatoes.
Potatoes. Oh. So I literally would spend hours upon hours just making hash browns.
Oh, I love hash browns.
And hash browns with cheese, hash browns with cheese and onions, hash browns, no
Yum.
seasoning, and I would make that. And I was
Wait, who puts no seasoning on their hash
occasionally I'd get the green
Communist.
ticket that
That's
said
who.
hash
You're
browns, no
freaking
seasoning.
communist.
I have to make them that way.
What a
Right.
lame-o.
And that was really irritating because then you got to really clean part of the grill to make sure there's no seasoning on it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I just have dry white.
But yeah, so
toast.
anyway, I
That's
would
like
like
that quote unquote life hack where you want fresh fries from McDonald's, so you ask for no salt and then you put salt on it right after they give them to you.
Yeah.
No.
yeah.
And if I was them, I would hate you.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I've never done that, by the way.
Oh, I had a
I
coworker
had a
that would do that all the time.
I had a
just so he'd
friend in
get fresh
college.
Don't you
fries.
just feel like shame?
Yeah.
So
that
anyway,
person.
back for a totally random conversation about dinner and supper. In the game Overcooked, I would like to be the potato cook. I have the experience.
It is such a cute.
You're hired. I want to be the manager.
It's such a cute game. And
Do you
get
play
to,
it
like,
on your phone?
No, it's on the Switch.
Oh, okay.
But you get to pick your chefs. So they have a bunch of different little chefs you can play as.
Oh,
And you
okay.
get little different like hats and things.
Is there
and-
anything cat related? Could I be the cat
I think
chef?
there is a cat, actually.
Oh, perfect.
I think there is.
I want to be the cat.
Yeah, it's so cute. I love it. And it's one of those cute little quirky games that like is just meant to play with your friends and
Aw, friends.
yeah, I
What's
know.
that like?
So I haven't played it yet because I don't have any friends.
So is that why you really call us over here so you can finally play the game?
No, I've played it before.
But you can't play it by yourself.
No,
Who are
it's
these
not.
people you're playing with?
Her fake friends.
My fiance.
Oh.
Does Murphy?
Oh, wait.
Does Murphy get to play?
He doesn't have thumbs.
Aw.
Aw.
No, that's a pretty normal thing,
Yeah.
Jonna. Dogs don't have thumbs.
Throughout history, dogs have never had opposable
That poor
thumbs.
dog, he was born without thumbs.
But I would love to play a video
Sometimes
game with
cats
Murphy.
have extra fingers.
My
Yes.
Yes, they
my
do.
friend has a cat who has extra fingers.
Isn't it like polydactyl?
Yep,
Polydactyl.
polydactyl.
Yeah.
Also called
I
the
have a
Hemingway.
dream someday to go see the Hemingway cats. Did you know? The
No.
Hemingway.
I dream
How are
of one
they
day
related
meeting.
to Hemingway?
What?
He just loved them, and
Cats with extra fingers?
yes, right,
Okay.
Yeah.
yes,
All right.
Down in
yes.
Florida, yeah.
I mean, who
Yep.
doesn't? But
So you
like,
can go to Florida, and they roam the streets, and they're basically like celebrated because they're
They're still part of like his.
they're the descendants of his cats.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you know there's
What a weird
whole there's a whole little sanctuary in Japan where they have
Hop
just
home?
deer. Lots of deer.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
But the deer bow to you and then ask for a treat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
I
bow
was
to
going to
you.
say we also have that in Wisconsin.
They
It's
bow
called
to you.
the Fields.
It's
We
called
also
the
have
woods.
we also have deer in Indiana, so I don't know what's happening.
I do not like deer. Gonna go
Deer?
out on a limb here and say I do not like deer.
Deer ruin everything.
Deer are terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. I lived in Florida. Alligators are not that bad. Deer are bad.
Why do you hate deer so much?
They're awful.
What do they
Why?
do to you?
They're just everywhere and they're terrible and they don't do anything except like, oh, there's a car coming. Oh, should I go now? Should I go now? I'm gonna jump in front of your car. Should I go? Should I go? Should I go? You gonna give me a chance? You gonna give me a chance? Can I go? Can I go? I'm
to
gonna
their
go now.
defense, it's not in their DNA to navigate.
Okay. Well, don't go in
Traffic.
front of it. Go behind it. Or here's a thought. When I slow down because I don't want to hit you, it's not an invitation to just stand in front of me.
That's exactly what it is. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, it is.
Listen, I understand it's not like in the innate nature of, I don't know, nature to have highways and things. But I can't help but feel like it's natural selection that if the deer jumps in front of the car, there are other deer to replace it, and I don't feel that bad.
That's your like solution for everything. You're like, it's natural selection.
Listen,
you know,
it happens.
We were at
I'm
a wrestling match yesterday, working the concession stand, and there was this kid, like the doors that you come out.
So it's
when
like
you're
the little dugout thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's
And,
not
like-
a dugout because that's baseball, but it's like the little tunnel.
The
Yeah.
tunnel
that
that
they
you
like
come
run
out
out
of.
and they're like, yeah, it's time for basketball.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And there was this kid because there's a railing like up top on top of
To
it.
prevent you from falling face
And
first.
there was this kid, and I saw him, and he had both of his hands on the rail, and then he climbed up onto the rail and had his feet, and he was standing up over like the little alcove thing, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, Katie, look. I was like, look. She was like, what? I was like, look at this kid. He's going to fall. And I was like, where's his mother?
No,
Katie
first
was
you
like, it's
said-
natural selection if
First
you
you
fall.
said, look at the kid with the bowl cut.
First, I'm going to insult him.
He did
Then I'm
have a,
going to be concerned
He
for
did
his
have a bowl
safety.
cut.
he did have a bowl cut. I was concerned. I'm like, where is his mom? Why is she not watching him?
Sitting right next to him, not watching him.
Because he could have for real almost had fallen. And I told Katie, I was like, what if he would have fell? She was like, it's natural selection. I was like, okay.
Obviously, everybody would wig out. Duh. Like, you're not going to be the person to be like, well, I'm all the way over here, and you're all the way over there.
This is a good
really
reason why
sad for
I
you.
don't have kids, because
And
I would be that
you're
guy.
all the way over there, and you're just a little too far away.
Yeah. There's a reason I don't go to state fairs.
All right, Katie,
State
are you
fairs
ready
freak me
for
out.
trivia?
Yeah.
Hashtag
we're done.
Katie's terrible trivia.
Not talking
You know
about
what
state
really
fairs.
freaks me out?
Nope.
Portable toilets, like the porta potties.
I
do not like
I
We
them.
do
hate
not
porta
have time to
potties.
talk
They
about
freak me
porta
out.
potties.
I
We do
don't
not
like
have
them.
time
And
for
I'm
this.
like compulsively terrified the entire time I'm in one that someone's going to come
Will you
over
shut
and
the
knock it over.
microphones off?
They're over there.
Trivia. Moving on.
I would also like to say that I prefer Chris Evans in a Captain America suit. Okay.
Oh,
Trivia.
yes. Thank you. Okay, better than the sweater?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
Okay, because the
Okay.
sweater's like, it's a bigger sweater. It doesn't show off his physique as well.
Yeah, you can't
Okay.
see America's ass.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
gotta-
cozy.
Thank you, Johna, for remembering that
I'm
we
going to
needed
go
to
out
cover
on a
that.
limb here and
You're
agree
welcome.
with you.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
Also,
Then the
Knives
Captain
Out, 8 out
America
of 10.
Okay. Thank you.
I also agree with the
Boo-boo-boo-boo-choo.
Captain
Pa-pa.
America suit.
Ping, poo,
Captain
chee,
America
chee,
suit.
chee,
Looks hot.
ba-da-ba,
And with the beard. Ooh.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
It's time for Katie's Terrible Trivia.
It's not terrible.
Brought to you by Party Play Indy, where they do really great trivia.
Wow,
Go to partyplayindy.com.
This is just a tribute.
Now, here's Katie.
Who is the only Disney princess that isn't actually royalty?
I feel like anyone I say I'm
Patches.
insulting. Even if I'm
Patches.
just
Mulan.
guessing.
Correct. Ding, 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 ding.
What?
Mulan.
Mulan.
She's the hero of China. She's not royalty.
Oh.
But she marries.
She marries a general.
I thought he was a prince.
Shang is a general.
Weird crush on
And
Shang.
in the second
too.
movie, she was going to marry royalty because she wanted to save the three princesses so they didn't have to marry his terrible kids. And they fell in love along the way with like the three guys from the first movie.
Oh, yeah.
She was gonna because she thought Shang was dead. But he's alive, so
I
they're
do
still
remember
married.
that.
Oh.
That was a good movie, by the
Oh,
way.
so
Like one
good.
of the only good sequels.
I would agree with that.
I haven't seen either one.
It had some really good songs.
You haven't seen the Mulan movies?
did not.
Yeah, he like fell off a bridge or whatever, and she's like Shang, and that's all I remember from the movie.
Sounds great.
Shang, and
He's
then
not-
he's like his
Shang!
horse
Spoiler,
drags him
he's
out
not
of the
dead.
river.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Which classic Disney princess has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
KJ.
Patches.
KJ.
Cinderella.
Wrong.
I was also.
Patches.
Patches.
Snow White.
2 for 2, baby.
Wow. Why does Snow White get
Boom.
one?
Because she's classic. I don't know.
Well, and she was
She's old.
she was the original one too.
The
so.
OG, or sorry, OP, original princess. I'm not going to read that one. Who was the first Disney princess to demonstrate a deeper thinking character? That's dumb. Moving on.
Yeah.
What?
That
All,
is.
all
that's
princesses
a-
are important.
right. That's
They
a
each teach you
horrible
something different.
question.
Yeah.
Facts.
How dare you?
Rude.
Which Disney princess had the least number of lines?
I think we've already
Sleeping
done
Beauty.
This.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
I already won that in a previous
Yeah.
podcast.
You're welcome. In case y'all needed a refresher, it was Sleeping Beauty.
In 1929,
Oh.
Mickey spoke his first words. What were they?
Hello.
Patches.
You are not going to get this.
I would never guess.
Close, actually.
Really?
Yeah. It's hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
I swear I was about to start singing the Mickey
dogs,
Mouse
the hot
Clubhouse song.
diggity dog
Hot
song.
dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. That's as soon as she said Mickey Mouse, that's exactly where my mind
Oh
went.
my gosh, that's
Hot
awesome.
dogs.
Hot dogs.
Lord.
Ooh, I bet you can get hot dogs at Stadium Tavern. That is where Party Play Indy is. Every Wednesday and Friday, join our friend Kelly. She knows how to party. She knows how to play. And she does it in Indy. Go to partyplayindy.com.
What?
Make a noise. We all made a
don't make-
noise.
I love you guys. Bye.
What kind of noise
I don't
is
make
that?
Not a
noises.
noise.
This podcast brought to you by Chris Evans in his sweater and Captain America suit.
Make a noise.
No, I'm not gonna make a noise because
Make a
I
noise.
don't make good noises.
How about that noise you made when they scared you in the car earlier?
Not they, KJ.
Yeah. Oh! Oh! All right, that's a wrap.